actually quite some time since the last time I recorded. I just haven't had the opportunity to work on the car, but summer is just around the corner, so I'm getting really excited to get this car back on the road. I just got a whole bunch of new parts, and I'm really excited to get them on, so really going to start cranking out and trying to get this motor pulled. I had my first autocross today, and that was a lot of fun, or my first of the season, I should say. I'd ideally like to get this car out this season, so we're going to work hard and try to get that out. And on the video side of things, I worked out a few different settings in the camera, so ideally this footage should be a little bit better quality. I had it on the most optimal video settings, but let's get to work and get this motor out. I'd like to get the accessory belts off now. Might as well finish getting this coolant line off. Let's work to get this tensioner off. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the alternator connections. I'm going to go ahead and remove the last alternator bolt. Perfect. Let's get this last alternator connection off real quick. Now that we have the alternator out, we can definitely see we are leaking from the oil filter housing, as well as our power steering reservoir is pretty much just gushing fluid out. So realistically, we probably didn't need to pull the motor, but I'd like to clean it all up nice and get this whole engine bay looking pretty again. Let's go ahead and get the power steering pulley off now. Nice and grimy down there. Let's get the power steering pump off now. The 13mm just passed out of sight here. Let's get that off real quick. Alright, and there's the power steering pump is off. While we're over here, we're going to go ahead and siphon the power steering reservoir and then get that out of the way so we can access the steering linkage. My hopes are not high for this being good fluid, but apparently also that my reservoir or my pump will work. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the power steering reservoir. I'm gonna actually go ahead and just drain the power steering reservoir. I had a siphon, but it does not work very well, so just gonna have to drain it and make a mess. That power steering fluid does not look good, so this definitely need to replace anyway, so that's good. Let's go ahead and try and get the second hose off, and then we'll remove the reservoir. Power steering is probably my least favorite thing to deal with. It's always so greasy and disgusting. This hose just does not want to release itself. There we are. That was awful. It smells funny. It feels funny. I just don't like power steering. Should delete it. Just kidding. Oh, that was awful. Made a mess everywhere. All right, let's be honest. The reason there's no rust on this car is because it's coated in power steering fluid everywhere, and so it can't rust. Oh, it is nasty back there. Let's get this bracket out of the way now. This is disgusting. Coated. Let's go ahead and get this belt tensioner off real quick. Go ahead and get the AC compressor disconnected fully. Just 2 Allens. See if we can get this broken free without stripping it. Oh boy. I really thought that I was going to strip that one, I can't lie. Perfect. Got the AC compressor completely disconnected. Now let's go ahead and actually remove it from the car. Beautiful. AC compressor out. Just gonna go ahead and get this AC line out of the way. I think we might as well go ahead and get this power steering pump out of the way just to clear up this path so we can go ahead and get the steering coupler off next. Just a few more hoses we gotta take care of and then it should pop right out. I maybe should have taken this off while it was still mounted to the car, but hopefully it'll break free just fine. I did get a comprehensive power steering kit, so we're going to be replacing all these hoses anyway, but they are a mess. This is my least favorite thing to do on a car. Actually, maybe AC, but this is just as bad. Oh. I'm gonna go ahead and get this hose out now, back here. Go ahead and get this coolant hose completely off. Looks like it broke from the little plastic tab here, but let's get it off from the engine block back here to clear out some more space. Just gonna get this connected from this now. And I broke it. Perfect. That's what I was hoping for. All right, let's pop this bad boy off now. All right, long coolant hose is out. Now we're gonna have to pop the steering coupler off. I'm gonna try my best to mark it so that we line it up back in the same spot. Now we just gotta get that 13mm disconnected and we can take off the steering coupler. Upon investigating, I think we need to disconnect the steering rack from the subframe just so we can get that steering coupler out of the way. I pulled an engine on an E36 before, and I know that was the biggest pain to navigate while it's still in. So definitely think I need to pop that off for this. So I guess let's go ahead and get this off here. There we are. That was a little dramatic. My jack did not apparently do anything for us there, but this is disgusting. I mean, this thing is coated in oil. So I'm really happy we're doing this and gonna clean this all up because I mean, it's rough. It's rough down here and oil soaked everywhere. But hopefully the rack itself is good. I believe it should be. I think it's just mostly oil from the oil pan or the oil filter housing, and obviously there's power steering leaks from the hoses, but hopefully that's it. So we're getting close here. Not much more to do, and we should be pulling this engine here pretty quickly. We're just coating everything with oil and coolant. This is phenomenal. Okay, one last thing we got to do up here is take the throttle cables out of this bracket. So I might actually go ahead and break these off. I know that's not the best thing to do, but I don't know how to get them out. So that is the throttle body adjusters that I just broke off. But we'll go ahead and replace that with some aftermarket upgrades or potentially just the OEM ones. I have no problem with it. It's just the plastic gets so old and brittle that, I mean, it was already cracked. So it was only due time, I suppose. And you know, you don't want that getting messed up actually while you're driving. So it's better to replace anyways. Went ahead and jacked up the engine from the rear just to have a little bit more forward tilt because we're going to need to take the heater core hoses off. as well as the fuel line. And then after that, it's just the engine mounts, and this motor should be good to come out. I'm gonna take this vanity cover off real quick, just for better access. I'll make a rough attempt at the fuel lines. A little tough to get, but we'll see what we can do. Got one. All right, both lines are disconnected. Fuel is everywhere. All right, now that I wrestled off those fuel lines and the air is very combustible and stinks, we just gotta take the heater core hoses off and then disconnect the engine mounts, and we should be able to pull this engine out of here. Honestly, we might need to take this back cover off. You know what, let's do it. Let's take that cover off. There's one. There's two. And there is three. There's actually a fourth one back here. Completely forgot about. And there's the fourth. We're looking pretty good now. I think all I gotta do is disconnect the engine mounts and we should be able to pull this thing out. Alrighty, and that's it for today's episode. We've got all the remaining parts out of the way and the engine bay is officially prepped. In the next episode, it's go time. We're finally pulling the engine. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're enjoying the build. Thanks for watching.